Welcome, everyone, to Episode 1 of IGN's Let's Play Dark Souls 2. I'm Brian Albert, and I'm here with my good friend...
Vincent Janito. What's up,
Vince,
everyone?
hey!
Hey!
It's happening!
It's happening! We're going to play some Dark Souls!
We're jumping right in.
Yeah, man.
We want some blood, and I like subtitles.
I like blood and subtitles. Those are both things I enjoy.
That's our new album name.
blood and subtitles. That's like a cover band name in the making, for sure. I don't know what band it's going to cover.
Dragon Invisible. Looks good to me.
Right, yep.
So... I'm an inverted kind of guy.
Oh, so am I. We are compatible.
Wow.
we have Dark Souls compatibility.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm totally an inverted. People who I don't mess with those plebes who play non-inverted.
People are like, why do you do that? I'm like, why don't you do that?
Why don't you do that? Actually, is the question you need to answer.
So if you're here and you watch some of the Dark Souls Let's Plays from Dark Souls 1, we had to stop doing those to make room for Dark Souls 2.
Right?
Right. So we're here. Actually, we're just going to go ahead and skip this cutscene.
Yep. Sorry, guys. Like we don't want to bore people who just want to watch, the game being played, and we also don't want to give away story stuff.
And you should watch that if you're playing this game.
You should, because it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is good. But yeah, like I was saying, I was playing Dark Souls 1 with Megan Sullivan, and that was a good time. Thank you for watching. But we had to move on to Dark Souls 2, what's hot and new right now.
Yep, absolutely.
So here we are.
Yeah. Where it all begins.
Here.
One man. One gazebo.
This guy looks like he's having a real bad day.
Yo, this is like... I've had nightmares like this.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bad day when you're rocking, like, sackcloth. Like,
Yeah.
when that's, like, what you're wearing.
Eerie light. I like it. So, full disclaimer, you and I have already... Okay. You can just keep doing that the whole time.
Okay, I will.
Oh, look at this.
Oh,
Someone's...
Another person in the world who's about to suffer along with us.
You and I have already played some of this game.
Yes, you've played more than I have. I think you said something like...
I played like 30-something hours? 35 hours in this game. Yep.
I've put about 10, 12 hours in.
Okay.
So we've got... and you're definitely the Dark Souls expert of the two of us.
Yeah, Dark Souls 1, my favorite game. Just walked on some bones there.
Yo, you kicking stuff?
I'm kicking stuff.
You're kicking stuff over? You're pissing off these dogs? Like, hey, those were my bones.
Yeah, they scared me the first time.
Oh, yeah. I was like, exactly. I was like, my first death is going to be 30 seconds into the game.
I'm dead. So here we are. We're going to go off into the secret path.
Ooh, secret path. Dun, dun, dun. I saw those footprints. I was like, yep, that's a turnaround moment.
Yep, immediately it's like, well, okay. I can, like, sit in one of these.
I'm like, yep, those are nope prints. I'm like, not following these.
And this guy.
Yeah. You see a wagging tail. Like, I don't want anything in a Dark Souls game that has a tail.
Are we going to try and fight him?
Are you going to try to fight him? I'm going to sit here and watch. Do you want to try to fight this guy? This could be a bad day.
He's pretty big.
With your fists? Oh, it's a bad day. It's a bad day. Oh! Well, guys, that was it for episode 1.
We're done.
Thanks for joining us. And, for everything about Dark Souls 2, keep it locked to IGN.
Trophy.
Oh, we got a trophy for that. Right, this is Dark Souls. Dude, you were like, yeah, maybe this is a good idea for me to fight this thing that's 3 times my size with my hands.
Yeah, so the first time I saw him, I was like, I'll come back later. But for this, I was like, let's try this.
I actually
haven't get hit off.
I totally forgot about that guy, and I have not gone back to mess him up in my game. So that's reminding me that I have to do that.
Death 1.
Okay.
Not that we're going to do a death counter because it would get ridiculous. Well, the game already does that for us, too.
Right, that's true. We can just check periodically.
Let's not go that way.
It also doesn't matter because, when you think about it, you're already hollowed out as much as you can be anyway, so it's not like there's any real cost to dying right now.
So what we're going to do is we're going to try and show you, to the best of our knowledge, like, a good way to get through this game.
Yeah, like, absolutely. We're not, we're not speedrunners or, complete, Dark Souls 2 experts. Well, not yet anyway.
Right.
But, the goal of this series is definitely to show the game being played at a pseudo-competent level. I'll say this. We are trying to win. Mm-hmm. Like, we're trying to do well at the game.
Another secret here. Oh, look at this. Down behind the waterfall.
Tricky little guy.
I forgot what's here, but I saw it down there on the bridge.
Yeah, and I remember I grabbed this too.
Small, smooth, and silky stone.
I still haven't figured out what that does yet.
Say that several times in a row.
Have you figured out what that's...
I have a theory. So
I like theories.
In the Souls games, there's always like... Oh, hold on here. Wait, another cutscene.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry, guys.
Beep. basically they're like, you're going to die a lot, and you need souls.
Right, yeah. Try to recall your name. What's your name, Brian Albert?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I always get hung up on this part, but I can't. Say a
You
name.
can't.
Give
Just
me a name.
Things.
Things?
Things. Sure, things. Yes, we are things. This is maybe the worst name ever. We're probably going to regret this, but it's fine. Things. We are
Things?
Are
you sure?
Are you sure?
Not really.
Not really. Not sure about things, but we're going with it.
Calm down, lady.
You know your own name.
All right. So
She sounds like the Emperor. She sounds like Emperor Palpatine.
yeah, she kind of looks like the Emperor, too. So you can go and deck your dude out and make him all cool. We have a feature on IGN about how to make your character look like a Ninja Turtle.
Right, and this is not that feature.
This is not that feature.
So
you can go check that feature out if you
Right.
want. I think we're just going to go with the class and,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
not worry about it.
Keep it simple.
So, Vince, in your game, you're playing as the cleric.
Yeah, I'm playing as a cleric. That's right.
High faith and miracles.
Yep, I started out with that heal miracle, which is pretty useful
Yep.
early on, even though you can't really use it effectively in the middle of battle so much.
I played as the bandit. I really like the high dexterity starting. Those are the weapons I
yeah.
prefer.
Yeah, and then you can use the bows pretty effectively out of the gate.
A bow is a nice way to like pull enemies
Sure.
or just sometimes you can just kill them outright.
Yeah, pulling is really important, obviously. You want to pull singles when you can in this game.
I was thinking, so like some of our wikis guys are going through as a sorcerer,
Right.
which seems pretty cool and challenging. I was thinking like one of these top three. Does it matter to you? Do you care?
No, I'm done. I'm out of here. Sorry.
You're
Bye,
out.
guys. I can't do this anymore. Can't work with this. No, yeah, that's fine. That works for me. I mean, you know, being sturdy, having survivability is always nice. I mean, that's like the baseline way to play Dark Souls. I feel
Right.
like for most people,
Like sword and board will not do you
yeah,
wrong.
exactly.
in
Sword
Dark
and board, you
Souls.
can't go wrong.
So
with.
what if we do this?
Okay.
All right, gift. What do we want? In Dark Souls, there was one gift that was better than the rest, which was the Master Key.
Right, the Master Key was clearly
It was the only thing you couldn't get in the
I'm
game.
glad we agreed on that because I thought for a second that maybe I was an idiot who thought the Master Key was good, but everything.
No.
But there was something else that we were supposed to.
They
get.
patched it in later so that it was no longer like necessarily the best
okay,
thing.
all right. Yeah, because that seemed
So-
like the clear choice.
We got some healing. You can find these pretty reasonably.
Right, those are pretty easy to find. I took the seed of a tree of a tree of giants because I like the idea of taking those things that were, you know, because what's so cool about Dark Souls is you have these items that like this, like petrified something seems completely worthless out the gate, but I know there's going to be some random crazy situation where I'm like, oh, I have this item and now I get to fight a boss I
Right.
wasn't going to get to fight before. Or I had an item I couldn't have had before.
I took this. I didn't notice this, but in my game, I found a area where I'm pretty sure that would be.
I
thing.
found an area as well where I think it's going to be a thing, but I'm too scared to use it because I don't know what's going to happen.
Let's go with that.
You wanna go
Let's
with it?
test it
Okay.
out in here.
Cool.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right. Things the warrior.
All right, things the warrior, a warrior. I'm a warrior thing.
There we go. Calm down, Emperor Palpatine.
Wrap it up, B.
So yeah, basically we're in the land of Drang Lake. We were in Lordran in Dark Souls 1.
Yes.
And we have the Hollowed Curse. We're going to become hollow if we don't collect these 4 great souls,
That's right.
which is kind of the whole point of being here.
Yeah, and and on that note, like the hollowed mechanic is a little bit different than it's been in the past. So like I feel like I think correct me if I'm wrong now, Brian. Like every single Souls game now has had a slightly different way of doing this. Like the original was if you died, you instantly were like completely hollowed. You can only go up to half your health. And then in Dark Souls, they took the hollowed mechanic pretty much out, right? You died and you could lose your souls, but you didn't get hollowed. I don't remember, or am I wrong there?
You would not be a human anymore, but you still had your regular
You still
health.
had your regular health, right? So you still had the hollow mechanic, but you didn't lose your max health. In this, it's kind of a compromise. You die and you lose a little tiny bit of your max health, and you keep losing more of it the more you die, until eventually it just stops going down once you're
Right,
at
at halfway.
50%.
Yep. All right, so first bonfire we got to. You'll already notice that you can fast travel right
Yeah,
away. You had to
absolutely.
earn that in Dark Souls. We can't travel anywhere because it's the first bonfire.
Right.
But
it's
that's a huge difference.
Such a big difference and really, really convenient. I mean, it just cuts down a lot of the... I mean, the game is legitimately challenging in every way, right? But, sometimes that just having to run around everywhere, it gets tedious once you're so far beyond the enemies you're fighting. Oh, yeah. First
Hold
that. First blood.
Yeah, I'm actually like sort of 50-50 on like how that travel changes the game.
Yeah, how do you feel about it? Like, I know that we're both. I mean, we've both played all the Souls games, and I think we're both a little more. We skew a little more to the we like the challenge and we want it to be hardcore side. But what do you think of it?
I like if you're like, hey, tell me about the undead Berg in Dark Souls.
Right.
Like I can walk through that and tell you exactly where every enemy is. Like I love that I learned that place in and out, and I'm not getting the same connection to the environments in this game because I'm allowed to skip around all the time.
Right.
Like it's feeling like a more separate instances instead of one connected world. But at the same time, they give you an amazing benefit, which is if like one area is too frustrating, you can just teleport somewhere else and work on something else.
Right. And that's why I think it's actually pretty good, because I don't think it really does a lot to reduce the level of challenge of the game. I think all it really does, to be honest, is just it's more respectful of the player's time. Like there's a difference between challenging people and just taking up their time unnecessarily. And I feel like for me, it's very rare that I was like, hey, I wanted to go from one location to the other, but I died because, it was too hard to do that. I felt like that was very rare for me. Like, if I knew about location A, I knew about location B, then I felt like getting from A to B wasn't a matter of skill. It was really a matter of just time. So anything that respects people's time, I think, is good.
I think that's a big example of that accessibility quote that was floating around.
Yeah.
Oh, got hit for the first time. Yeah. It doesn't ruin the game or anything. Some people like it a lot more. Oh. Wow. Yeah, so we're in Things Betwixt. It's
oh my god, the game named the area around our character. Things Betwixt.
Oh my
god, this just got so meta.
I'm done.
This just got so meta.
We're done.
That's actually, what's interesting about this is that, and we in our conversations, Brian Albert, we have noticed that there's been a lot of different things between the way you've been playing and the way I've been playing. You want to know what's funny? Is that as I'm watching you, I realize I have not come back to Things Betwixt since leaving
You
Things
should.
Betwixt.
And
I'm realizing that there's whole areas here, like this one we're in right now,
Have you been
that
here?
I actually have never been to. Like I've beaten.
So you haven't been up in this area?
No, I haven't.
So,
I've
here,
beaten two
check this out real quick.
bosses.
You, give it, Moose. Yes, you. Give us Silky.
I feel
Yeah.
pretty stupid right now.
So in Dark Souls, well, and in Demons, so
Yeah.
like you would drop a smooth or silky item,
Right.
and then when you would come back next time, there would be something in its place.
That's right. Yeah, I didn't remember that it was always smooth or silky. I remember that you could drop items in those nests.
Well,
and-
in Dark Souls, it was like warm or soft.
Oh,
or
is that what it
something.
was?
I
Okay.
think it might change. I don't know. Oh wait, hold on. I want that. I don't know what it is.
but you want it. It's
I want it.
blue and glowing.
Right.
and
That
it's
means I need it.
yours. It belongs to you. What we got? What we got?
Soul of a nameless soldier.
Okay. I wonder, like, I don't know how you are with this, Brian, but, like, for me, I generally don't spend those until, like, I usually play caster types. Like, I'm playing a cleric now. I played a sorcerer in the original Dark Souls, rather.
Mm-hmm.
I usually save those because I don't want to bank souls, right? Because that's obviously like kind of like a risk. It's kind of dangerous.
Move! Kick the tree.
Oh god. So I usually just save those for the moment when, okay, I just finally found where I can buy my spells, and I'm out of souls because I haven't been banking my souls.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not a smart thing to do. I'm like, okay, no problem. I'll just burn through all my like Soul of a Proud Warriors and stuff like that, just so I can afford my.
Yeah, you should absolutely
spells.
not use them until you get to a bonfire.
Yeah.
Because they're safe in your inventory. They're not safe when
Yep.
they're down on the bottom. So this is just a tutorial area where they show you, like, you can go backstab dudes or whatever.
That's hilarious. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have not seen any of this.
But you just ran straight through to this here? Because you start out coming through over there.
Yeah, and I just
And
ran
you just
straight
ran straight through. Yeah, I mean, there's a few little items. I got some souls out of that for not much work. It's a nice little starting area. In Dark Souls 1, they just kill you with a boss almost right away.
Right.
Hurrah for death.
Hurrah for death!
All
Hooray!
right. Yep. That guy understands Dark Souls.
Yep. We're excited about our impending death, guys.
We are. All right. And look at this place.
Ugh. This
so
is just
good.
beautiful. I love this. You come out of the darkness and you
Into
see
this. It's sort of like the Oblivion moment coming out of the sewers.
It is, or like in Fallout where you come out of the vault.
Yep.
And I love this because it's just like there's even in the middle of all this desolation and this kind of like death, like desolate feeling that Dark Souls creates. Like this place makes me feel kind of safe and like there's hope, and that's really interesting.
But it's still a little off-putting here.
Yeah.
But I think this is a good time to cut this video off.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks so much for watching episode 1, everyone. We'll be back with episode 2